Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today we're going to be talking about a modification to a PVS-14, a screw-in sacrificial lens, ultra-low profile. It's going to be a very quick review here, but just want to put some information out there for you guys of a neat little thing I found. But before I begin, I'd like to send a big thank you out to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed on the previous videos. I always appreciate it and always enjoy talking to you guys. And if you're new here and enjoy the type of content we have, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. With the PR out the way, let's get into it. So everyone knows about the PVS-14. And if you guys are interested in this full setup here, I have a channel basically covering videos covering each piece of this on my channel here. So please feel free to check those out. But PVS-14, in this case, a Carson housing, standard, standard night vision monocular. Everyone knows it. And with your little daylight cap and a few other things. But there is one thing that all of us know and all of us fear, right, is breaking these, having anything get broken on these, considering the value, the cost of these, especially, $3 to $5,000 plus, right? Sometimes less, sometimes more, but I digress. And one thing as well is that you want to protect it as much as possible. And that's where a sacrificial lens comes in. So as sacrificial, made to be sacrificed in the event it gets dirty, broken, basically made to take the impact so it doesn't impact your device, right? Now, the sacrificial lens isn't on this side because this is the eyepiece side. Since this part is going to be closest to your face, if something's coming in here, it's already messed up your eyes, so you probably won't even have an eye to look through. So it isn't down here on this end. It's actually on the objective side. And it's right here. So try to get this in view here. So you'll see it is a screw-in sacrificial lens. And one thing that I like about this is that some of them, they are very, how do I put this? They either protrude out a bit more, and or they don't kind of fit the general aesthetic. They kind of just seem out of place, right? So this one, and I'll put a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with it. I bought this with my own money. It is a polycarbonate standard lens that acts to protect the glass behind your objective. So, if you're walking around in a very sturdy branch, happens to, ding your front, right? This will take the hit. This will get damaged. This will get scratched before your actual glass behind here, requiring disassembly, repurging, all that will happen. So it's a very, very low profile screw-in sacrificial lens that does have some threads. So if you do want to screw still like an iris piece or what have you to be able to adjust that, you still can, while again matching the similar aesthetics of your of your housing. Now, there is one downside I want to put out there for this, right? Something that I've noticed in particular is that the lens flare or the kind of blooming effect, right, is that as you're moving and walking around, anytime you get a very bright light source, coming at you, right? And I'm going to see if I can maybe try to demonstrate here. So if you guys see on the bottom of the screen, right about there-ish, so you see like that little artifact of the bloom of pointing into the camera. Obviously, yes, I might be damaging my camera, but it's a low 100 lumen light. But that little bloom right there, right? And some of that streaking. So what I've noticed is that before I put the sacrificial lens on, that was pretty much non-existent, minimal, right? You still had your bloom of being in night vision, looking into a bright light, but didn't really have too much of that going on. What I've noticed is that since putting on the sacrificial lens, there definitely is more noticeable of that artifact, that bloom, that kind of streaking, the Michael Bay lens flare, right, occurring. And that's just because of it's a polycarbonate. It doesn't really have any anti-reflective in there. So that is one downside to it. Now, you shouldn't be really looking at too many bright lights like that. Is it distracting? Not really after you get used to it, but your very first time of using it, it does distract you. But I have better comfort knowing that my front objective lens is safe from damage to a degree, right? Obviously, if a rock goes to it, probably won't survive. But I'd much rather have this and have this low profile, have it not impact anything, have been able to still use my standard little daylight pinhole cap, than worry about like the little bit of lens flare. But just want to put that out there for you guys that it's a nifty little product. It definitely serves a niche. Is it necessary? No. Is it nice to have? If you're paranoid OCD like myself, then yes. As long as you know like the little bit of cons getting into it. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.